Wait! Before we start, do you want a bundle of 30 printable Swedish PDF cheat sheets? Teaching you words and phrases for conversations for free? Then click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get access.
How are your Swedish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger 6:00, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger 6:00, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your Swedish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En man och en kvinna diskuterar skrivare på ett kontor. Var är den gamla skrivaren?
Var ska vi ställa den nya skrivaren?
Jag tycker vi ska ställa den där den gamla skrivaren står nu.
Men den gamla fungerar fortfarande. Vi kommer fortsätta använda den.
Okej, så vi kan inte ställa den nya där.
Det är synd. Det vore bra att ha den nya på hyllan bredvid dörren, men det finns bara plats för en skrivare där.
Okej, då tycker jag vi ska ställa den på andra sidan av rummet.
Okej, vad sägs om bredvid fönstret?
Det låter bra. Var är den gamla skrivaren? En man och en kvinna diskuterar skrivare på ett kontor. Var är den gamla skrivaren?
Var ska vi ställa den nya skrivaren?
Jag tycker vi ska ställa den där den gamla skrivaren står nu.
Men den gamla fungerar fortfarande. Vi kommer fortsätta använda den.
Okej, så vi kan inte ställa den nya där.
Det är synd. Det vore bra att ha den nya på hyllan bredvid dörren, men det finns bara plats för en skrivare där.
Okej, då tycker jag vi ska ställa den på andra sidan av rummet.
Okej, vad sägs om bredvid fönstret?
Det låter bra.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Did you download your free PDF cheat sheets yet? These conversation cheat sheets are an easy way to speak more because you get cheat sheets for conversational topics like the weather, family, hobbies, and much more. And inside, you'll learn common questions and answers that you'd use in conversations, as well as tons of vocabulary. Don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description to get access.
How are your Swedish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En pojke läser sin dagbok. Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag?
Vädret var underbart idag. Jag åkte och simmade på eftermiddagen i poolen och jag gick på bio på kvällen. Jag pluggade också hela morgonen. Idag var en bra dag.
Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag? En pojke läser sin dagbok. Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag?
Vädret var underbart idag. Jag åkte och simmade på eftermiddagen i poolen och jag gick på bio på kvällen. Jag pluggade också hela morgonen. Idag var en bra dag.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hej allihopa! Jag är Engla. Som ni kanske vet så firar även vi i Sverige nyår. Vi firar med familj eller vänner och avslutar med fyrverkerier för att välkomna det nya året. Nyårsafton infaller varje år den 31 december. I den här lektionen kommer du få lära dig om hur vi firar nyår i Sverige, varför vi gör som vi gör och vilka speciella traditioner som finns i anknytning till nyårsfirandet. Vet du vilka de 2 vanligaste nyårslöftena är i Sverige? Vi ger dig svaret i slutet av den här videon. Nyår firas väldigt olika beroende på hur gammal du är och vad dina intressen är. En familj med unga barn firar oftast tillsammans och lagar en god middag som ofta innehåller hummer eller oxfilé. Nyårsafton ska kännas så lyxig som möjligt, så de vuxna brukar även dricka champagne. Efter middagen är det inte ovanligt att man spelar brädspel tillsammans, äter chips och kollar på TV. Den engelska sketchen Grevinnan och betjänten har sänds i svensk TV sedan 1976 och har blivit tradition att titta på. Om du är tonåring eller bara inte har egna barn så firar du nog hellre med vänner och bekanta och har en stor eller mindre fest. Oftast klär man upp sig i finkläder, gärna med glitter. Man måste ju vara fin inför det nya året. På nyårsafton dricks det även väldigt mycket alkohol och folk brukar bli redigt berusade långt innan 12-slaget. I båda dessa fall brukar nyårsafton avslutas med ett stort fyrverkeri. I Sverige är det tradition att skjuta upp sina egna raketer eller bara titta på andras. När klockan slagit 12 skjuter man upp sina raketer, skålar i champagne och avger sina nyårslöften. Ett vanligt fenomen är även att ge någon en nyårspuss. Som jag nämnde tidigare är det i Sverige tradition att titta på den engelska sketchen Grevinnan och betjänten på nyårsafton. Trots att den är från Storbritannien så har den aldrig visats i brittisk TV och är helt okänd där. Och nu ska ni få svaret på quizet vi hade tidigare. Vet du vilka de 2 vanligaste nyårslöftena är i Sverige? Svaret är att börja träna och att sluta röka. Det är vanligt att man efter nyår vill förändra sin livsstil till det bättre och bli hälsosammare och få bort de extra kilorna man lagt på sig under julen. Hur var den här lektionen? Lärde du dig något intressant? Hur firar du nyår i ditt land? Lämna oss en kommentar på swedishpod101.com. Vi ses nästa lektion!
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Swedish listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
Ett gift par tittar på några planritningar. Vilken lägenhet ska du åka och titta på? Vad sägs om den här? Den har ett stort och trevligt vardagsrum.
Jag tycker om vardagsrummet, men jag vill ha en parkeringsplats.
Då ska vi se. Vad säger du om den här då?
Ja, den är bra. Ska vi åka och titta på den?
Vänta lite. Är inte garderoben lite för liten?
Du har rätt. Det verkar inte finnas en som är perfekt. Vänta, vad säger du om den här?
Den har allt vi behöver, har den inte? Och garderoben är ganska stor också. Låt oss åka och titta på den.
Okej.
Vilken lägenhet ska du åka och titta på? Ett gift par tittar på några planritningar. Vilken lägenhet ska du åka och titta på? Vad sägs om den här? Den har ett stort och trevligt vardagsrum.
Jag tycker om vardagsrummet, men jag vill ha en parkeringsplats.
Då ska vi se. Vad säger du om den här då?
Ja, den är bra. Ska vi åka och titta på den?
Vänta lite. Är inte garderoben lite för liten?
Du har rätt. Det verkar inte finnas en som är perfekt. Vänta, vad säger du om den här?
Den har allt vi behöver, har den inte? Och garderoben är ganska stor också. Låt oss åka och titta på den.
Okej.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Now that you're finished with this lesson, don't forget, as a free bonus, you get over 30 conversation cheat sheets, but only if you sign up via the link in the description. You'll learn how to have flowing conversations and how to answer the most common questions. You can also print out these colorful cheat sheets to keep as physical study material. So don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get your PDF cheat sheets.
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say I love you in Swedish? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with how to express your feelings to your loved one.
Jag älskar dig. Jag älskar dig. Jag älskar dig.
Or if you want to explain those butterflies in your stomach, you can say
Jag är förtjust i dig. Jag är förtjust i dig. Jag är förtjust i dig.
And when you feel that I love you is not enough, you can say
Ord kan inte beskriva min kärlek till dig. Ord kan inte beskriva min kärlek till dig. Ord kan inte beskriva min kärlek till dig.
You just learned 3 different ways to say I love you in Swedish. And if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to download your free Romance and Love cheat sheet, which includes romantic words, compliments, and pickup lines. Check out the description below and go to SwedishPod101.com now. See you next time!
How are your Swedish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En man och en kvinna tittar i en meny på en restaurang. Vad ska mannen beställa?
Vad ska du beställa?
Pizzan ser god ut. Jag tror jag tar en sådan.
Jag åt pizza igår, så
Okej, vad sägs om en hamburgare då?
låter bra. Jag tar en sådan.
Vad ska mannen beställa? En man och en kvinna tittar i en meny på en restaurang. Vad ska mannen beställa?
Vad ska du beställa?
Pizzan ser god ut. Jag tror jag tar en sådan.
Jag åt pizza igår, så
Okej, vad sägs om en hamburgare då?
låter bra. Jag tar en sådan.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Trying to learn Swedish? You need a SwedishPod101.com free lifetime account. It's one of the most powerful language learning tools you can command, and signing up takes less than 7 seconds. So what exactly do you get that makes it so special? First, new lessons are published every week, and you get them for free. Enjoy learning with fun and effective audio and video lessons with real teachers. Make the most of your study time as our teachers help you hack Swedish and get you speaking in minutes. Second, free instant access to the first 3 lessons of every lesson series. Explore and try any lesson series that interests you, from beginner to advanced. find teachers you love, and lessons for your goals. Third, learn Swedish anywhere, anytime with the free companion app. Download it now for free for the iPhone, iPad, or any Android device, and have instant access to your free lifetime account and lessons anywhere, anytime. Fourth, boost your vocabulary with the free word of the day. Every day, receive one new word in your inbox that you can master in seconds. Want even more words? 5. Get complete access to our word and phrase lists. Wow native Swedish speakers with cool topical and seasonal words and phrases from our lists. And finally, number 6, the best for last. 7 days of unlimited access to our entire library of audio and video lessons. Premium study tools like line-by-line audio, word bank, and smart flashcards to help you learn lightning fast. Get your free lifetime account right now at SwedishPod101.com. Sign up in less than 7 seconds. And the account is yours for free for life. So what are you waiting for? Get yours now.
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say thank you in Swedish? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with the easiest one.
Tack. Tack.
Another way to say thank you is
Tack så mycket. Tack så mycket.
Finally, here's a third way to express your gratitude.
Tackar. Tackar.
Okay, let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned.
Tack. Tack. Tack så mycket. Tack så mycket. Tackar. Tackar.
Well done! You just learned 3 different ways to say thank you in Swedish. And if you really want to become fluent and speak Swedish from the very first lesson, go to SwedishPod101.com. See you next time!
How are your Swedish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger klockan 6, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger klockan 6, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hej, jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson, we learned the numbers from 1 to 10. Have you forgotten? Here I tell you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now let's continue from 11. 11. 11. 12. 12. 13. 13. 14. 14. 15. 15. 16. 16. 17. 17. 18. 18. 19. 19. And finally we have 20. 20. Okay, now repeat after me. I say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. These numbers may seem harder to remember, but you really just have to remember that from 13 and up to 19, you just put ton at the end. The number in front is simply 3 to 9 or a slight variation of it. 11, 12, and 20 needs to be memorized since they don't follow any formula. Let's now stop at 20. Counting to 100 is super easy. Now I will give you the tens. 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100, 100. While you have to memorize a few of these numbers, there are a couple of tricks that will make memorizing them very easy. Notice that all the numbers except 100 ends in T, and the number in front is simply 3 to 9 or a slight variation on it. For example, 30. 30. It's composed of 3 and T. 30. 80. 80. It's composed of 8, a variation of 8, and T. 80. As for 100, it sounds a lot like the English 100 and shouldn't be that hard to remember. The last thing to learn in this lesson is how to form compound numbers above 20. This is also super easy. Take the tens and simply add the numbers you learned in the previous lesson. Let's try it out. How would you say 56 in Swedish? Let's take it step by step. 50 is 50, and then add 6, 6. 56. It's done! Isn't that easy? Let's make another number. For instance, 98. Take 90, 90, and add 8, 8, 98. Now it's time for Elin's insights. To count higher than 100 will be no problem at all. Just take the 100, 100, and add whatever compound number after that. For example, 135, 135, 135. After only 2 lessons, you are now able to count to 199 in Swedish. In the next lesson, we're going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the skills you need to go shopping in Sweden? If not, I'll be waiting for you in our next Svenska på 3 minuter. Ses nästa gång! heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson we learned the phrase ursäkta mig, kan du tala engelska? Excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word ursäkta mig, which means excuse me in Swedish. In this lesson we're going to learn how to use ursäkta mig and other words when apologizing in Swedish. We use ursäkta mig in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, ursäkta mig, en kaffe tack. Excuse me, a coffee please. We can also use it when asking a question. Ursäkta mig, var är toaletten? Excuse me, where is the toilet? The common way to say excuse me is ursäkta mig. Ursäkta mig. Just like ursäkta mig, we can use förlåt when apologizing for an action. Förlåt means I'm sorry. Förlåt. You can also hear some Swedes say sorry, which is a loan word from English, and it's often used as a quick apology amongst friends. Both of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use the word förlåt. The phrase förlåt, jag är jätteledsen för det means I'm really sorry about that. This can be used in both formal and informal situations. Förlåt, jag är jätteledsen för det. First we have the familiar förlåt. Next we insert a Swedish pronoun for I, jag. Then är, which means am. Followed by ledsen, which means sad. Again, you can see the use of the word jätte in front of an adjective, just like in lesson 2. Finally, we have the phrase för det, meaning about that. Förlåt, jag är jätteledsen för det. Now it's time for Elin's insights. In Sweden, if you accidentally bump into someone, you might not get any response. But to be polite, we either say ursäkta mig or förlåt. You can also use these phrases when you want to say, sorry, can you repeat what you just said? Are you able to count in Swedish? In the next lesson, we learn the numbers in Swedish from 1 to 10. I'll be waiting for you in our next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. Vi ses nästa gång! Hej, jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson we learned how to count in Swedish. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers, because they will come in handy in this lesson. We're going to learn how to go shopping in Sweden. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is it? Hur mycket kostar det? Hur mycket kostar det? Are you ready to go shopping in Sweden? Let's go! When you see something you like and want to ask the shop clerk how much it costs, the first thing to say is ursäkta. Do you remember what that means? That's right, excuse me. Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar den? Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar den? Now in Swedish, if you're asking about the price of an object, you put either den or det at the end of the sentence, depending on the object you are asking about. There is no rule for when to use den or det. You just have to learn word by word. However, don't worry, Swedes will understand perfectly even if you use the wrong one. Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar det? Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar det? Except for den and det, there's one more pronoun you can use. When pointing at pairs or a bundle of something, you change the pronoun to dom. Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar de? Excuse me, how much do these cost? Ursäkta, hur mycket kostar de? At this point, the shop clerk can answer by saying den kostar, det kostar, or det kostar. For example, Den kostar 55 kronor. Det kostar 55 kronor. Or det kostar 55 kronor. Note that the word dom turned into det when put in front of the object. What number is 55? I'm not telling you. Okay, it's 55. It cost 55 kronor. Now it's time for Elin's insights. The pronoun you will use most often is det, because not only is it used to ask prices of objects, but also services, like getting a haircut. So get used to asking, hur mycket kostar det? Hur mycket kostar det? At this point, can you count kronor in Swedish? We're going to learn how to do this and much more in our next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. Ses nästa gång!
Hi everybody, I'm Hannah talking to you from the countryside of Sweden. Maybe you'll be able to hear some of the birds and the wind in the trees during today's class. Today we're going to talk about top 25 Swedish verbs. Let's get started. Att vara. To be. Jag är trött på att vara singel. Jag är trött på att vara singel. I'm tired of being single. Just guessing, but I think this is a feeling most of us had sometime in our lives, unless you've been lucky enough to have a partner since, I don't know, forever. Maybe that's unlikely, so maybe you can recognize this feeling based on the verb to be. Att gilla, att tycka om. To like. Jag gillar dig. Jag tycker om dig. Jag gillar dig. Or jag tycker om dig. I like you. Liking is a very useful verb. I mean, in this sample it's used about a person, but you can use it about anything you like. Food or places or anything. So useful, basic verb. I hope you have a lot of things that you like about Sweden so that you can use these words when you come over here. Att göra. To do. Vad ska du göra i helgen? Vad ska du göra i helgen? What are you going to do this weekend? In Sweden now it's Tuesday, so the weekend is still we still have a few days before that, but since it's summer, I think for me I'm going to be outside a lot. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I hope you have something fun planned as well. Att säga. To say. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Säg till om du är ledig imorgon. Tell me if you're free tomorrow. I guess this verb, to say, is also a very common one. To say or to speak, you can use the same Swedish verb for both of them. When someone speaks, well, there is another word for that as well. But this one works for speaking, saying, talking. Att säga. Att förklara. To explain. Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Kan du förklara hur tvättmaskinen fungerar? Could you explain how the washing machine works? I don't know if you've been traveling or been around, maybe you have had to use different washing machines, and at least for me I discovered that they can be really different. So I guess this sample sentence might actually be more useful than you might think at first sight if you come traveling here in Sweden. Always nice to be able to get some fresh laundry, right? Att höra. To hear. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. Jag hör ingenting konstigt. I can't hear anything strange. Did you hear anything strange? Right now I don't hear anything strange, but I heard some chickens before in this. There's a farm right next to where I'm standing, so there might be some strange animal sounds coming from over there. Att gå. To go. Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Vill du gå till affären nu eller senare? Do you want to go to the shop now or later? Att veta. To know. Vill du veta något intressant? Do you want to know something interesting? Of course I want to know something interesting. I don't know what people will tell you if you ask around for this, like, or what you would tell them. Maybe you have your special fun fact that would be your interesting thing. But I hope you have some kind of good story, something interesting to share. I would like to hear that story sometimes. Att ta. To take. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Glöm inte att ta en bild. Don't forget to take a picture. At least I'm not forgetting to shoot this video, I hope. I hope I'm still on. Yeah, I think I am. Don't forget to take a picture when you're traveling in Sweden because it's super beautiful. Especially by the ocean, in the forest, I would say nature, everywhere. Att se. To see. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. Jag ska se den nya filmen på bio ikväll. I'm going to see the new movie at the cinema tonight. In summer, I don't go to the cinema that much because it's so nice outside. And I mean, in Sweden, we have daylight until very late at night in the summer. So I think for me, cinema is a winter activity, but can be super nice. So sometimes in the summer, I'm kind of looking forward to colder, darker days to go to the cinema, but not yet. Summer is still super nice over here. Att komma. To come. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. Du måste komma hem innan midnatt. You have to come home before midnight. Well, if this is a rule for kids, I think midnight is quite late, but I guess for me, to be home before midnight when I'm about to work, it's like my rule. That's like the rule I set to myself. I have to be home before midnight to be able to get up and work in the morning. Maybe you have midnight or some other time, like that's your preferred time when you have to go to sleep. We're all different in our sleep cycles, I suppose. Att tänka. To think. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. Jag tänker på dig varje dag. I think about you every day. I'm not sure about you, like the person I'm watching through the screen right now, because I think I never met you. So it's hard to think about you every day. But I do certainly think about who's watching me on the other side right now. You or someone else. Att titta. To look. Titta på den där elefanten. Titta på den där elefanten. Look at that elephant. If you come to Sweden, you will not use this word, I mean the elephant, that much because we don't really have many elephants, maybe in a zoo, but maybe you'll use this to look verb if you're lucky enough to see a moose, because we have those and they're pretty cool as well. Not as big as elephants, but pretty cool animals. I hope you get to see one someday. Att vilja. To want. Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Vill du gå ut med mig imorgon? Do you want to go out with me tomorrow? Wait, not asking you right now because, like I said, I don't know who you are, and I'm actually busy tomorrow, but maybe some other time. Maybe I'll see you some other time, or you can use this for some other cool person that you meet. Att ge. To give. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Glöm inte ge din mamma det här brevet. Don't forget to give your mom this letter. I don't know about you, but I do forget things sometimes. I guess it's one of the annoying things about being human, that you tend to forget things now and then, and it's really annoying. I hope you're better than me with not forgetting things. Att använda. to use. Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Vet du hur man använder DVD-spelaren? Do you know how to use the DVD player? I don't know about where you are, but in Sweden, DVD players are actually not that common anymore. So maybe you won't have to ask about how to use the DVD player, but how to use like a laptop or Netflix or something. But it's still a good verb. Att hitta. To find. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. Jag hittar inte mina nycklar. I can't find my keys. I think we have all been in this situation sometimes. Like for me especially, it's right when I'm about to leave the house. I'm just gonna grab the last few things, put them in my bag and go. And that's when I can't find my keys. And of course they're usually in a very obvious place. I just have to run around and get really stressed and then I find them. But it's super annoying. So should probably find a better spot right by the door where I can always leave my keys. I'll try to do that after shooting this video. Att gå ut. To go out. Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Ska vi gå ut och äta på söndag? Should we go out to eat on Sunday? Sunday is actually a quite popular day to go to restaurants in Sweden because they're not as fully booked as Fridays and Saturdays, but it's still like a weekend and a bit of a luxury. So, pretty good sample sentence. I don't know about the rest of the world. Maybe it's similar. Maybe Sunday is a day when a lot of people go out to eat. I'm not sure. At least here in Sweden that's the case. Att fråga. To ask. Fråga din mamma först. Fråga din mamma först. Ask your mom first. For me these days, I don't have to ask my mom that often, but sometimes I do. Like, for example, sometimes I still borrow her car, and then I'll have to ask her first. I guess throughout lives, we will always have these special situations to our mothers, and yeah, have to ask them things, like at least opinion sometimes. Att jobba. To work. Jobbar du hela helgen? Jobbar du hela helgen? Are you working the whole weekend? I hope you're not working the whole weekend. I'm usually not working during the weekend, maybe like a little bit on Sunday if necessary, but most of the time I would not work during the weekend. It's for pleasure, I think. Att gå in. To enter. Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Kan vi gå in i den här affären snabbt? Could we enter this shop quickly? Do you usually enter a shop quickly when you say you're supposed to? I'm actually one of the people who does. Like, I don't really like shopping or going to shops, so I try to be as fast as possible, but I know that some people say this and they're not super fast. You probably have friends like that who are like just gonna check something out in a shop and then they take like 1 hour. Maybe that's you, maybe it's someone you know. Att känna. To feel. Jag känner mig trött idag. Jag känner mig trött idag. I feel tired today. But I actually don't. I feel like I have a lot of energy being out here in the countryside. It's so beautiful, so I have a lot of energy. But some days I feel tired, you feel tired, I guess we all feel tired. Hope you're feeling very alert learning all the Swedish today though. Att lämna. To leave. Jag har lämnat min man. Jag har lämnat min man. I have left my husband. I haven't, but and I don't have one either. But maybe this is something you hear in movies a lot. I feel like I heard this in movies a lot. I don't know. But there are a lot of things you can leave, like your house or the train station or a cafe or whatever. Useful verb. Everywhere we go, we sooner or later have to leave, I guess. Att ringa. To call. Jag ringer upp dig snart. Jag ringer upp dig snart. I'll call you back soon. I heard that calling people is like less common these days because we do a lot of texting and writing. But to get like faster to a decision or something, I think it's always nicer to call and get a regular conversation instead of just writing back and forth. So att ringa, to call, useful. Att springa, to run. David springer snabbare än mig. David springer snabbare än mig. David runs faster than me. I was actually out running this morning in the beautiful surroundings here, but I don't know who David is. It's just a sample name in this case, but I didn't run super fast, so probably someone called David is a little bit faster than me. That, my friends, was the end of this lesson, top 25 Swedish verbs. I hope you found some of them, all of them, most of them useful. Verbs are things we do, like active usually. And what are you doing today? What verb? Maybe you can use one of these Swedish verbs to talk about something you're up to today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and head over to SwedishPod101.com to learn more Swedish. I'll see you next time. Bye bye from Sweden.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your Swedish listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En kvinna frågar ett butiksbiträde på en bokaffär något. Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? Ursäkta mig, jag skulle vilja titta på en bok i den där hyllan.
Vilken bok vill du ha?
Den om bilar.
Ett ögonblick. Den här?
Ja, den är det.
Varsågod.
Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? En kvinna frågar ett butiksbiträde på en bokaffär något. Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? Ursäkta mig, jag skulle vilja titta på en bok i den där hyllan.
Vilken bok vill du ha?
Den om bilar.
Ett ögonblick. Den här?
Ja, den är det.
Varsågod.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. Hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Hi, I'm Elin. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Swedish expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Swedish. There are only 2 sentences you need. Hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Hi, I'm Elin. Nice to meet you. Hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Start by saying, hej, jag heter. Then say your name. Hej, jag heter Elin. Finally say, trevligt att träffas. Hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas. And now let's see the same sentence in a different format. Hallå, Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Hello, Elin. Nice to meet you. Hallå, Elin. Trevligt att träffas. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Hej has been substituted with an alternative greeting, hallå, Swedish for hello. Jag heter Elin has been shortened to just Elin. In this sentence, it's implied that I am introducing myself as Elin. In a formal setting, you would say your full name. One more time. One way to introduce yourself in Swedish is hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas. An alternative way to introduce yourself is hallå, Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Now it's time for Elin's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Sweden. It's more common to use hej, jag heter Elin. Trevligt att träffas when you introduce yourself once, in front of a group of people or one single person. If you greet several people individually, you use the short phrase hej, Elin. Trevligt att träffas. Do you know how to say thank you in Swedish? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. Tack, vi ses då! See you then! Hej, jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Swedish. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Swedish, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the most common way to say it. Talar du engelska? Talar du engelska? Swedish is a pretty straightforward language. We conjugate verbs based on time, which means we have past, present and infinitive. The question, talar du engelska, translates as, are you speaking English? As in English, speaking is the present tense, talar. The second word in the sentence, du, simply means you. And you probably recognize engelska to be English. Talar du engelska? Like in English, there are a whole bunch of ways to ask this question. Let's see another one. It literally means, do you know English? Kan du tala engelska? Kan du tala engelska? When asking this question to someone you don't know, begin by saying ursäkta mig or excuse me. Ursäkta mig, kan du tala engelska? Ursäkta mig, kan du tala engelska? As you might have noticed, the verb tala is slightly different than talar. Remember, the verb changes depending on the time it is in. We are now talking about the infinitive since it is coupled with kan, which means can. The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, yes. Ja. Lite, a little. Lite. Nej, jag talar inte engelska. No, I don't speak English. Nej, jag talar inte engelska. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to put inte after the verb talar. Inte means not. Jag talar inte engelska literally translates into I speak not English. Now it's time for Elin's insights. For those of you who are not just English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Swedish people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute engelska with italienska for Italian, franska for French, spanska for Spanish, tyska for German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression ursäkta mig. But did you know that this could also be used as an apology? In the next lesson, we will learn this and other ways to apologize in Swedish. I'll see you in our next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. På återseende! Jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson, we learned how to be grateful to people by saying tack. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Sweden. Är ni redo? Are you ready? Så låt oss börja. So let's start. The most commonly used informal greeting is hej. Hej. Hej means hi. We use it when we meet people. We can use this greeting with anyone. Yet, it isn't the only way to greet someone. We also have hallå. Hallå, which means hello. And more time-specific greetings like god dag. God dag. Literally, god dag means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use god dag only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say god kväll. God kväll. Kväll is Swedish for evening. So god kväll means good evening. Finally, in the morning, we say god morgon. God morgon. This means good morning. However, instead of god dag and god kväll, it's much more common to just use hej. God morgon, on the other hand, is still the most common phrase to use in the morning. When saying goodbye, we say hej då. Hej då. When partying for a long time, we often add ha det bra. Ha det bra, which means be well. Finally, in Swedish, we have an expression meaning see you soon that can be considered both formal and informal. Vi ses. Vi ses. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Swedish. Let's review them all again. When meeting friends or someone we don't know, hej. There also is hallå. In the morning, god morgon. During the day, god dag. And in the evening, god kväll. When leaving, we say hej då. When leaving but want to imply see you soon, vi ses. To which we sometimes add ha det bra or be well. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Elin's insights. In formal situations, Swedish people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. However, if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we hug. Swedish people are generally shy and might not take the initiative to hug, but don't be afraid to do it. It's always appreciated. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase talar du engelska? Do you already know it? I'll be waiting to talk about it with you in our next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. På återseende! Hej! Jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Swedish, including ursäkta and förlåt. In this lesson, we're going to learn numbers in Swedish. Yes, numbers, nummer, from 1 to 10. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes. 3 minuter. Are you ready? Let's start. 1. 1. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great job! What is before ett? Do you know? It's noll, the number 0. Noll. You don't have any more excuses. Now you can give your friends your cell phone number in Swedish. Let's try together. We use the phrase mitt nummer är, which means my number is. Mitt nummer är. Mitt nummer är 22 13 58 74. Can you read it by yourself? 22 13 58 74. Perfect! Now it's time for Elin's insights. Sometimes in Swedish lunch restaurants, you get a number after ordering your food. When your food is ready, they will call your number. Nummer 1, nummer 2, and so on. Learn your numbers well so you can be ready. Do you know the Swedish word for 100? Here's a hint. It's very similar to the English word. In the next lesson, we're going to learn the numbers from 11 to 100 in Swedish. Your task is now to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson, from 1 to 10. Vi ses nästa gång! Hej, jag heter Elin. Hi everybody, I'm Elin. Welcome to SwedishPod101.com's Svenska på 3 minuter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Swedish. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Swedish. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Är ni redo? Are you ready? Så låt oss börja. So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. So let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Tack. Tack. Tack means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add så mycket at the end. Tack så mycket. Tack så mycket. Så mycket literally means so much. So tack så mycket, it's like saying thank you so much. During the last lesson, we didn't mention anything about formality in speech in Swedish. However, there are some subtle differences in how you will be perceived by others. Tack is a casual way to thank someone. Tack så mycket expresses more gratitude and is thus more formal. A longer and more formal phrase which expresses a lot of gratitude will be tack så mycket, jättesnällt. Tack så mycket, jättesnällt. Jättesnällt means really kind. It is very common to put jätte in front of adjectives to amplify their meaning. But how do you respond to these thanks? It's easy. There are basically 2 different ways to do it. The first is varsågod. Varsågod. Varsågod means you are welcome. You use this expression after someone has thanked you for a favor or for something given to them. The other way to say you are welcome is the expression ingen fara. Ingen fara. Literally, this phrase means no problem or it's okay, and it's used when someone has thanked you for your help or for a favor. So, when someone says tack to you, you can simply reply with varsågod or ingen fara, depending on what they thanked you for. Now it's time for Elin's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use tack or tack så mycket, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Tack can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what ses means? In our next lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Swedish. See you in the next Svenska på 3 minuter lesson. Tack! Vi ses nästa gång!
Now that you're finished with this lesson, don't forget, as a free bonus, you get over 30 conversation cheat sheets, but only if you sign up via the link in the description. You'll learn how to have flowing conversations and how to answer the most common questions. You can also print out these colorful cheat sheets to keep as physical study material. So don't miss out on this free gift. Click the link in the description and sign up for a free lifetime account to get your PDF cheat sheets.